Hello, everybody. Welcome, Her Sosa. Hello, everyone. Hi,
Oh,
Herbie.
Samantha, you look gorgeous.
Thank you
How
so
are you
much. It's
today?
the day. I'm good. I'm good. I'm so happy. Thank you so much for joining us. And it's gonna be an amazing day today. That's why I wanna say hi, everybody, and welcome to UCTV. Today is Wednesday, April 29th, and today, Hair Sosa, let me tell you that it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna talk about an special show for today because you need to know what is open, what is not open, where you can go, and where you cannot go. Because we're going to talk with the people that have the right hands to say just for you today at Unity Coalition, Coalición Unida TV. Just remember, follow us on social media as Unity Coalition. You can follow on Instagram and YouTube, and also visit our website, unitycoalition.org, or in Spanish, coalicionunida.org. Her Sosa, are you ready? Before to continue, let me tell you that this show is provided by Gilead and Care Resource. If you want to get more information about the different resources that we have, Unity Coalition website have that for you. So welcome, her. How are you?
Samantha, we're doing great. We're doing great. There's a great lineup, as you said today. We're going to start off. We're going to talk about basically updates of what's going on. Everybody's getting a little stir crazy. They want to leave. They want to go outside. Queremos calle. Queremos salir. But there's still a very serious pandemic out there. So we'd like to talk to some of the people that really are the movers and shakers in our community. People that can help make decisions. And the first person I'm going to bring on is our very own City of Miami Beach commissioner, leader, political guru, all kinds of wonderful things. That would be Commissioner Michael Gongora. So welcome, Commissioner Michael Gongora. How are you today?
Glowing introduction. You forgot to mention longtime attorney and advocate for Unity Coalition.
Absolutely.
Oh,
absolutely.
That's correct. Absolutely.
Yes. I'd like to say,
10 points for you, Michael.
I'd like to say you've gotten us out of a lot of trouble, but we never get in trouble. So your job is
ever.
Your job
as you mentioned, Herb, like people quedanse en casa. Everybody wants to be out on the street.
Absolutely.
I understand that there's a lot of people that are stir crazy, but we are still under a safer at home order. And in Miami Beach, there's a quarantine, so to speak, from midnight to 5 a.m. But during the day, you're allowed to go out for various reasons defined in these governmental orders. Things like going to the grocery store, the pharmacy, picking up food, and exercise. And
Right.
I think exercise was really the big one in Miami-Dade County Mayor Jimenez's order, which we've kind of adopted through our city manager, Jimmy Morales, because today in
Right.
the city of Miami Beach, parks, marinas, and golf courses are open now for restricted use. So if you're feeling stir crazy, don't feel stir crazy anymore because you have things to do. We've always had the beach walk open, which has been wonderful. I live across from the beach walk and I see people there all the time. But now most parks are open, but not all. If you're concerned or you're confused about which parks are open or which parks aren't, please check the city's website at miamibeachfl.gov, or email me, michael@michaelgongora.com. But most parks are open. Pools are not open.
Right.
So that's an important thing to know because some people have
When you
reached
say
out to me
pools, you're
about the
talking-
Flamingo Park pool.
I was going to say you're referring to public pools, like city-owned
Correct.
public pools. What about condos?
Actually-
What about private pools in buildings?
Those are closed. Yeah, those are closed. Right now, the only pools that are open are people that have private residences. So
Okay.
other than that, public pools are closed, and pools that are about condominiums or apartment
Right.
buildings, those are also remaining closed.
Fantastic. Well, I also want to bring in my second, well, I don't know about second, but my other favorite politician in Miami Beach, and that's our very own state representative, Michael Grieco. Welcome, Michael. How are you?
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Good. Sporting that facial hair. We like that.
This is my COVID beard.
There you go.
Michael, you look good with a beard.
Yeah.
I made sure that the other Michael G and I wore exactly the same outfit, so we're providing balance to the meeting.
Well, Michael G is too young to grow a beard, so that's not going to happen. So
Yeah.
So, State Rep Grieco, tell us about your experience. I mean, you live here on the beach, and you have a family here. So, how's it been for you? How's it been for you to quarantine?
So I obviously wear multiple hats. I'm a lesser half. I'm a dad, and I'm a resident here on the beach. So
Right.
I've been able to see things from multiple perspectives, from a parent who is perpetually and painfully homeschooling right now, somebody who is a resident, whom a lot of people, especially in South Beach, look to for direction when it comes to what's actually going on in the city. And obviously, I'm not a city elected official anymore, but at the same time, like myself and Michael Gongora and the mayor and the city manager and communications, but it's tough when you live in paradise and you look outside, and up until today, you really couldn't enjoy much of it. It's definitely frustrating, but it's something that we all have to do as a community, and it's been fine. I mean, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and I think we're going to be okay. So it's been tough, but I've been kind of trying to stay in my lane as a legislator, as opposed to getting too involved in the decision making process locally.
Right. Tell us a little bit about that. Tell us a little bit about what it's been like. What's living or a life in Tallahassee as a lawmaker?
Well, going backwards, right now, obviously I'm not in Tallahassee, but my primary job as state rep is to help people as much as I can regarding their unemployment applications. So just as recently as the other day, folks in the governor's office and the Department of State and the DEO, which is the Department of Economic Opportunity, they're all celebrating the fact that they're processing hundreds of thousands of applications, but unfortunately, 40% of them were rejected, deemed ineligible. And I can assure you that 40%, the likelihood that they're all ineligible, or even that more than half of them are ineligible, it's very unlikely.
Right.
So my office is handling dozens, if not hundreds, as is Senator Pizzo's office, handling hundreds and hundreds of folks, constituents that are just at wit's end because there's a system that's failing them. It was designed to fail, thanks to our former governor and current U.S. Senator, and some of my colleagues who, prior to my ascension to Tallahassee, voted in favor of the system that exists now. It's a very frustrating process. Being the conduit and being the face of the state government is very difficult when you can take little or no credit for the failures of what's going on right now. It's been tough, but the time in Tallahassee was interesting in itself as part of a different story.
So back to the unemployment issue, you say that there's a new system in place. What can we do locally? Just give us some direction, because there seems to be, first there was one website, then it didn't work. Now there's two websites. What can just the average person living here in Miami Beach or in South Florida that needs unemployment? I mean, I can't tell you how many. I'm sure you've gotten 10 times as many calls as we have, but we've gotten dozens and dozens of calls of people that say, I set my alarm for the middle of the night to go on the website and nothing works. Nothing is working.
So the answer is kind of multi-tiered. One is keep trying to get that application in. Get the application number. Once you have that, it's as rudimentary as give me a call. Call my office. My staff and I are here to help as many people as possible to try to navigate the process once they've gotten through the website. I mean, I have personally, and Senator Pizzo has as well, we've gone out and personally delivered paper applications to folks in efforts to help them out because they just got so frustrated at certain points. So, the step one is to try to get that application in. If you've been denied, reapply, get that application back in, and then reach out to us. My email is very easy. It's michael.grieco@myfloridahouse.gov. Very easily, you can just Google me. There's a million ways to get a hold of my office, and we're here for you. I mean, it's tough. We're trying to be the squeaky wheel. Our state senator is still in Tallahassee right now, trying to help out from that side. But we're doing everything that we can, but it is a frustrating process.
Michael, what about for our Spanish speakers and people that don't command the English language? Tell us about it. I mean, are those services also available to them? And can we also go through your office for that? It's a
Sure.
massive small
So
stir
the answer is 100%. My entire staff is bilingual. I, as recently as 2 hours ago, sent a text message to every single Hispanic constituent over the age of 50 in Spanish, making sure that they have the phone number to my district office for exactly that reason. These are folks that are not only having issues with unemployment, these are folks that are having issues getting food, transportation, and some people are just scared and they just need some questions answered. So, my district is well over 50% Hispanic. Remember, my district goes all the way out to 27th Avenue in Little Havana. So, and when I ran, I won every precinct except for one, and that includes everyone in Little Havana except for one. So, I even though I'm the blonde-haired, blue-eyed gringo, I'm here for all of them, and they know how to get a hold of me, and they know that if I'm not the one that calls back, it'll be one of my staff members.
That's great to know, Michael. And I want to say on behalf of all the community, the Latin community, as you said, thank you so much for everything. It's really hard at this time. And also for both Michael will be doing a great job for the Hispanic community, because it's really important. Sometimes we are so shy to ask to the people because we don't have like the correct conversation. And sometimes people feel shame just to request for help. But I want to say again, thank you so much for everything that you guys have been doing. Is there any more questions that we have here? So I know that we have a lot of questions, but those are the main that we have for important right now.
Absolutely. Michael, go back to you. Quisiera hablar un poquito con usted sobre cuáles son los servicios que hay para nuestra comunidad durante esta crisis en la ciudad de Miami Beach en particular.
Bueno, esto ha sido muy interesante, Herb, porque hay tanta gente que no tienen acceso a comida en este momento y me siento tan, la verdad, agradecido a la comunidad porque hay tanta gente que quieren dar atrás. Hay un grupo, South Florida Seniors in Action, que ha dado comida por muchos años y siguen dando comida martes y jueves. Si necesitan comida y están en casa, te lo traemos a tu casa, por favor. Mándame un correo electrónico, Michael como Michael, @michaelgongora.com y traemos la comida a usted. También otro de mi colega, un comisionado, ha traído un grupo que se llama Feeding South Florida, que los sábados han visto en la noticia que hay un drive-thru para recoger comidas.
Correct.
Hoy me llamaron a un restaurante en North Beach, George's, que también es el dueño de Burgers and Shakes. Empezando este lunes a las 11 de la mañana, él va a dar 200 almuerzos gratis. Así que por lo que tienen hambre, que necesitan, venga el lunes a las 11 a Burgers and Shakes en North Beach. Muchas compañías regalando comida. Mis amigos en South Beach Group Hotels están dando comida a más de 700 empleados hoy en día. Yo estuve con ellos el viernes y la verdad que fue una cosa tan linda ver cómo esta comunidad se ha unido y cómo estamos trabajando juntos. Lo voy a decir brevemente en inglés también. For the English speakers, it's been a beautiful thing the way that the community has come together. There are so many people that need food and there are so many food distributions. Our regular partners, South Florida Seniors in Action, have been doing food deliveries on Tuesdays and Thursdays every week. So people have reached out to me. If you need food, please call, please email, please let us know to get you on the list. There's companies giving food like South Beach Group Hotels. George and George's and Burgers and Shakes is starting a free lunch program Monday. One of my colleagues on the commission is partnered with Feeding South Florida to do a drive-through distribution on Saturdays. So it's really a beautiful thing. And apart from
amazing.
Yeah, it's been amazing. And apart from that, Representative Grieco is doing a great job. But if you don't have stamps, paper, you don't know where to go also, City Hall is an additional resource. We'll print out the unemployment applications for you and mail them as well. So it's an additional resource for those of you that are in need.
Commissioner, I know you need to go. You have a CNN interview. And first of all, thank you for prioritizing us. We really appreciate it. But one last question, just to be clear. There still is a stay-at-home order in Miami Beach, correct? And I just want to make sure that people understand. There's also kind of a lot of people are confused, like, can I legally go out and get the food that I need? Can I go to these different places? Just give us a quick overview of what you should or shouldn't do as a Miami Beach resident.
Okay. What you should do in Miami Beach is stay home as much as possible so we can continue flattening the curve and dropping the cases of new infection. You can go out, other than between midnight and 5 for various things. You can go out to pick up food, go to the grocery store, go to the pharmacy, go to necessary medical appointments, exercise. And I think it's really because of that last point about exercising that today they did the restricted partial reopening of the parks, marinas, and golf courses because people are getting a little stir crazy. We have an
Sure.
athletic community. And people like Representative Grieco, who likes to be out there on his bike and running and needs a place to go
Hey.
do exercise. So we want to make sure the city is giving it to them. So I'm going to repeat it in Spanish for your Spanish viewers.
Please.
Para los que están viendo en español, deben quedarse en casa. Sigue quedándose en casa. Es prohibido salir entre las 12 de la noche y las 5 de la mañana. Ahora, si es de día y necesitan ir al grocery, a la farmacia, al médico, si necesitan hacer ejercicio, sí pueden salir de la casa, pero no deben salir de pasear. Y por la razón que necesitamos ejercicio y sol, hoy parcialmente reabrimos los parques, los campos de golf y las marinas, pero tienes que usar cuidado, tienes que usar las máscaras o cubrirse la cara cuando andas en público para protegerse y para proteger todo lo demás.
Excellent.
Thank you so much, Michael. We really appreciate your time that you've been here. This is a great opportunity, and also for English speaker, also for the whole Hispanic community. So I'm really, really happy right now that people know more. We can find food and also survive, especially in this crisis time. So thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Stay safe, and I'll turn it over to the younger, better-looking Michael. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.
I'm not done with
Michael,
myself. First of all, I'm not.
I want to
that much
ask you
younger.
something personal, Michael. Let me ask you something. How you doing with this time of the quarantine? Are you doing exercise, workout at home? You know,
Well,
I know that you
it's-
before working a lot, but do you have time for yourself?
So it's funny that you say that. First and foremost, I'm mad at Herb because I rode my bike past his house yesterday and I was yelling out his window, and clearly
Oh,
he doesn't wake
no.
up. He clearly doesn't wake up before maybe 8:30 when I was going
Well,
by.
I'm
with my
sorry if I
family.
turned the garden hose on you.
So I was yelling your name yesterday morning when I was riding through Flamingo Park. But no, I mean, listen, we have, my family's very active. My better half and I, we work out together. We work out separately. We take our child for a bike ride every single morning. You know, at minimum walk, but I think we've been going for bike rides just about every day, and then I'll go work out on my own. So we've taken advantage of the time together, obviously, and we've been taking advantage of the time away from the gym. So a lot less weightlifting and getting a little creative, but it's been good. It's been good. We've actually enjoyed it.
Michael, I have one last question for you. And yes, absolutely, you're a friend first and foremost. So, you know, I can ask you, I think, more personal questions. You know, one of the things that a lot of people right now, I think, are dealing with and maybe are embarrassed to talk about or don't know where to turn is just the reality. I mean, how fortunate we are to be able to be, you know, stay-at-home order and have a roof over your head and have all of these, you know, abilities and have a computer for your kid to be able to go to school, but there's a lot of tension that comes with that as well, with being under one roof. I can tell you, my brother lives in Bergamo, Italy, which is in the heart of where a lot of this craziness exploded in Italy, and he has 3 daughters and his wife. And man, I don't know how they've gone through it, but they've survived now for about 3 months. You know, literally in quarantine. So I'm just curious, how are you guys doing it? How are you handling, you know, homeschooling and keeping your kid, you know, from going crazy and not, you know, losing your temper?
So again, part of it is making sure that we get outside at least once, if not twice a day. You know, so far, you know, my wife hasn't thrown anything at me, and my kid has thrown a couple things at me, but not my better half. But we're getting along fine. I mean, we've got space and we've got the ability to get out. It's really about, you know, I think about other folks. I think about folks that maybe don't have family, or folks that are in very small quarters, and it's got to be exponentially more frustrating in those types of situations. And I try to empathize, and I talk to some of my constituents and my friends about the variety of situations people are in. So for us, we're blessed. We're very blessed. We're very lucky. I can't say the same for other folks, and it's whether it be a financial issue or just the logistics of getting food or getting other necessities. It's tough. We're lucky. We were kind of prepared for this in one way or another. Not that we have a bomb shelter or anything, but we're getting along fine. But I think that there are other folks. There's obviously thousands and thousands of people just in our area alone who are really looking forward to coming out of this and getting back to living our lives to the fullest.
Absolutely. Well, SATERAP, I really appreciate you being on the show with us today. Stay safe. Send obviously our love and blessings to your family. And I, for one, I'll be out there early in the morning tomorrow, probably going down to South Point Park with my mask on. So maybe I'll yell up at your balcony.
Good stuff. I like it. You know where I am. All right, guys. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Bye now.
Samantha, you there? What's going on, Sammy?
Good, and it's really important for our community, not only for English speaker. This is a great. I've been seeing a lot of news that people need. Right now, our community needs our help, and it's the time just to help. That's why Unity Coalition have different programs. It's not only because it's the crisis. It's not because it's the time for the coronavirus. It's the time for helping that community. Unity Coalition has been in South Florida since 2002. If you want to get more information about Unity Coalition is doing during the year, you can access to the website unitycoalition.org. O en español, coaliciónunida.org. Si necesitas recursos de la comunidad, que quieres saber algo que necesitas saber, dónde están los bancos de comida, dónde puedo ir o dónde no puedo ir, si necesito ir al médico, estas y muchas más preguntas, usted las puede responder en nuestra página web, en nuestro centro de recursos de unitycoalition.org. You can find all this information, community resource in the website, unitycoalition.org, or you can follow up on a different social media platform. So I want to introduce again one of our speaker, because it's her Sosa, but her Sosa have more something to share with us together. Unity Coalition is regarding right now for the coronavirus crisis is Unity Coalition GoFundMe Fund. Why? For the services community that they lost their job for during the coronavirus crisis, right?
Without question, Samantha, this has been just heartbreaking. It's been heartbreaking at all levels. Our community has been affected beyond words. And when I say our community, I speak about our LGBT community specifically. Nuestra comunidad LGBT ha sido afectada de una forma muy fuerte, muy negativa. Como todo, como el mundo entero, pero la comunidad LGBT, especialmente los que trabajan en oficios de hospitalidad, los cantineros, los meseros, las transformistas, personas que trabajan en hoteles, prácticamente no tienen ingreso ninguno. Hay algunas personas que si tienen cierto talento, a lo mejor pueden hacer un show por internet y poder ganarse un poquitico de dinero, pero eso no todo el mundo tiene esa habilidad. Some of our hospitality workers, have been able to reinvent themselves online. Some of our performers are doing amazing jobs putting together, shows where they can make some tips. But that's not the case for everybody. You've got bartenders, waiters, waitresses, hotel workers that just lost their job and really have little to no other way to have an income. So we've started the Micro Giving Emergency Fund. We have the Micro Giving Fund on a yearly basis for people that want to start a new business, for people that want to go to school, and people that just need a little bit of help, restarting their life. But that's one fund. The Emergency Coronavirus Fund is unique and it's freestanding. 100% of every dollar that we get as an organization goes right back into the community. Quite candidly, not a whole lot of other organizations or funds can say that. Every single dollar that we get, we turn right back out. And we've given out nearly 4 dozen individuals that apply for, fill out their application and apply for this service, for this fund. We've been able to give anywhere between $100 to $300 per person, but we can only give out the money that we get in. Solamente podemos ofrecer el dinero que nos entra. Así que es muy importante, por supuesto, que ayude, que toda la comunidad respalde. It's very important for everybody. As you pour yourself a drink this afternoon, think of that waiter or that bartender that, gave you a drink last, time that you were out at a bar. Think of a restaurant. I know Samantha and I like to go to Caribe and a couple of other places.
Oh, yeah.
And so many of these waiters and waitresses are out of jobs. You can't go to the Palace. You can't go to Twist. You can't go to, anywhere, to certainly the Gathering, one of my favorite places. So let's help out. Please donate $5, $10, anything that you can will help. We're all going through a very difficult time, but some of us are really privileged enough to be able to still keep the lights on and still, when you open the refrigerator door, if there's food in there, you're blessed.
Thank God.
Help share that a little bit.
And also, Hersos, I want to encourage the people, if you cannot donate, what other things that you can do, go to the social media and share this information. Mm-hmm. Share with your people, share with your family, share with your friends. If you could do it, somebody will do it for everybody. So this is a really important information para toda nuestra comunidad. Si usted se siente que ha sido afectado por el sector del servicio aquí en el sur de la Florida, usted puede accesar a nuestra página web .coalicionunida.org. Le da hasta abajo donde se encuentran los recursos comunitarios. Hay un link para que pueda descargar el formato. Si usted se encuentra afectado, puede descargar el formato, llenarlo con los datos informales, con sus datos personales e enviarlo ahí mismo en nuestra página web. Si en el caso de que usted quisiera donar para ayudar a nuestra comunidad, también lo puede hacer en la misma página, unitycoalition.org o coalicionunida.org. Va a encontrar el link y el enlace para que pueda hacer sus donaciones. Recuerde que no solamente es donando, sino también compartiendo esta información. And then I want to remind to the people that this Friday, remember every Friday, UCTV is online on Facebook Live every Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday, 4 p.m. But this upcoming Friday is going to be amazing. Friday, May 1st, 2020, 4 p.m. UCTV is going to be fashion show, performance. The last Friday, it was me. I was doing some samba class, which is I love to dance. And this weekend is going to be Rattle. So get ready for it. It's going to be choreographer. He's a choreographer. He's a professional dancer. It's extremely performers. He's handsome. Oh my God, he's everything. Her Sosa.
Randall Ward is, we're lucky enough to call him a friend, but he's really a treasure in our community. We are beyond lucky to have a world-class choreographer as himself. And he's going to talk about a couple of projects that right now are on hold, but I'm sure that as soon as we're able to reduce a little bit of social distancing and be able to go to some community events, I'm sure he's going to have some great surprises for us, where he's also going to share a video that he never shares with anybody, which is one of his choreographed Vogue performances. Called
Wow. I know that everybody's gonna love Vogue, honey. Vogue. Are you ready? Absolutely. I know that you want to learn how to Vogue, right?
I might have to dust off my my fan there.
Yes.
Well, now I'm thrilled to say we're going to bring our next two guests on. We're going to start with our Councilman Scott Galvin from the city of North Miami, who is an amazing friend, an amazing community leader, one of the first openly LGBT politicians really in all of South Florida and for the most part for the whole state. And we're thrilled to have you. Welcome.
Thrilled to be here. Hi, Herb.
How are you?
Good. Just hanging out here at home. I hope one of my kittens doesn't jump up in the middle of the screen.
It's okay. We totally understand working from home. That happen all the time. So
absolutely. So first and foremost, how are you doing?
Great. I mean, obviously, Mike Gongora just said a few minutes ago that he's never been busier. Maybe it was Mike Rico. But it's true. Like, everybody else is sitting at home saying, oh my God, I'm bored in the house. And I wish that things would slow down a little bit, because between my professional commitments and being a city commissioner, it's been really busy. My district is very diverse in the North Miami City Council. I've got one half of the district that's desperate for food, where most people have been laid off, and in another half of the district who's much more fortunate. They don't have to worry about these life and death issues. So it's been an interesting journey so far.
Well, thank you. Yeah, much like really all of South Florida, but much like City of Miami Beach as well, you have a very diverse community with language barriers, cultural barriers, you name it. So how do you balance that? How do you create a cohesive community when there's so many different facets to it, so many different interests and needs? How do you do that?
I have to be polite with the part of my district that's much better off, because they're calling in with issues about landscaping and sprinkler timers that don't come on. And, inside of you, when you've also heard from the neighbor who is like, oh my God, where can I get food? I don't know how I'm going to pay my rent. When you've heard from people that are having those issues, the best you can do is be polite with people to whom this crisis doesn't really hit home, because they're in a better situation.
Sure. So specifically, City of North Miami, what can a resident of the City of North Miami, what resources are there from the city or from, Chamber of Commerce or other areas that you're aware of? What can you share with us?
We have a lot of things going on. There is a walk-up COVID testing site at Holy Family Church on Northeast 11th and 144th Street. Okay. It's actually not getting much business at all. So you could literally walk up right now and probably get tested.
Do you need to be a City of North Miami resident?
No, because it's being actually run by the state of Florida and the county. It's just opened up in the last 72 hours, but we're a little surprised it's not getting more traffic. So that's Holy Family Church on Northeast 11th Avenue and Northeast 147th Street. Well, we're also doing some business assistance programs where businesses who are out of business right now but hope to plan to reopen. Once the state of emergency is lifted, we're going to give businesses $5,000 each if they qualify. At this point, it's up to $600,000, which is like 120 businesses. Right. But you should contact our CRA, Community Redevelopment Agency, to get on the waiting list for those funds.
You bring up a really good point with the testing sites. And again, most of what we do as an organization, as Unity Coalition, is Latinx, Hispanic, LGBT community. So we get a lot of misinformation questions. I always get calls of my cousin's neighbor's sister said, and I those are usually not a good way to start a conversation. But a lot of people, no matter which side you're on, these are very trying times. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and there's a lot of mistrust out there. So, I don't know for a fact, but I do know that I've been getting a lot of calls. We've been getting a lot of messages of people that are afraid. They're afraid because either they're undocumented or they're afraid they've been told that, these test results are going to go into some, computer that somehow is going to affect them negatively. Can you give us a little bit more assurance, if you will, of who should get tested, why they should get tested, and why they should trust going to these centers? Sure.
The people who first should get tested are people who have symptoms. Excuse me, who have symptoms. That's bad timing there for me. But those who have symptoms should be the first to go and get tested. Our walk-up site will take people even who are asymptomatic. Anybody can go by there and get tested. And honestly, government, even though we don't have a lot of faith in our federal leadership a lot of times, government at our local and city and state level is not worried about trying to take down your name or report you for some reason. We're just here to help.
We totally understand. You certainly understand correctly how the thing is getting. I know that different department is being trying to do the best of them in order to help the community, but some people we have to trust and information where we getting the information. That's why we wanna encourage the people just to make sure if you want to know something, go and check it out in a confidence website where you know that this information is encouraged and is correct. So the people can stay informed and stay focused what the thing is just happening right now.
Councilman, I have one more question for you. Well, a comment and a question. I'm very, very sad that we haven't been able to have our Elevate event in your beautiful city. I hope we definitely get a chance to do that. We had planned it for May, and unfortunately, that's right when all of this started happening, and out of an abundance of caution, you and I basically sat down and said, yeah, not a good time right now. And I think it was definitely the right choice to make. But we certainly hope to be back out there again at the Elaine Gordon. Tell us about your parks and tell us about what can people enjoy. I know that Miami Beach is beginning to lift some of the public space usage. What's the city of North Miami doing, and what are some of the great public spaces that are available at the city?
Sure. In North Miami today, the parks are all still closed.
Right.
We're going to re-examine in a week whether or not we want to open some of them for recreational purposes, not organized sports, not basketball, not tennis.
Sure.
We might open some of our pedestrian parks in a week, but for right now, everything remains closed. We want to be very, very cautious not to rush into opening facilities because it's the hot topic on media right now. Well, the county's doing it, so just because the county's doing it doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. So we're taking our time. We're not opening anything right now. We'll be back in a week and check it out then and then make a decision. As far as parks that you can come out and enjoy, you just mentioned the Enchanted Forest Park. That's 22 acres of wooded paths and walking trails. It's got a pony ride feature. Also, it's home to Dade County's only LGBTQ monument that honors the contributions of the LGBTQ community over the last 40 years. So if you are interested in walking and getting some exercise when it opens,
right,
you can also then check out the LGBTQ sculpture.
Councilman, thank you so much. Tell us one last time, what's the website for City of North Miami for anybody that needs services?
Sure. It's northmiamifl.gov. That's North Miami FL as in Florida.gov.
Thank you so much for being our guest, and we hope we have you again soon.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Samantha, some great guests today.
Wow.
We
Listen, I have a notebook right here to share with the people. All these guests that I'm taking today, it's important to have you at home for any emergency that you have right now, because the power is gone and there's no cell phones, no TV, nothing. Take a note, write it down, and glue it wherever you want to see. Probably my personal is just I write it down and I know what I need, and then I glue it in a place that probably I passed them several times, probably in my office, so I can remember, because we don't know what's going on in an emergency. This is the time that you have to watch UCTV every Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday, 4 p.m. here on Facebook Live, because we always have the best information for you. What happened?
And Samantha, now we're not just on Facebook Live, but right after we're live every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, the show gets rebroadcast on YouTube as well as on Instagram. So we're everywhere. We're very excited. Before we bring our last guest on, who is by far one of the most amazing people that I know, he's still smiling even through this challenging time, and that's Dan Rios from the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau. But before we go to him, I'd like you to bring us up to date. I know that we have, our contacts in Colombia, Unity Coalition Bogota, Unity Coalition throughout Central and South America. Give us some update, just on a personal level. I know that your family is in Colombia. Talk to us, to that community. Habla con esa comunidad.
Yes, actually, I want to share with all the community, Latin Hispanic. I'm from Colombia, and also my family there is still in Colombia, and it's totally different than here in the United States. They are taken in quarantine. They are not going out. It's really difficult just to go out to the grocery store because with the last minute, can you imagine with the last minute or with the last number of your ID, of your drive licenses, so you can go on a specific day to the grocery store to grab your food, to grab your items that you need. It's so hard right now, but we are blessed that we still have a life, that we can still using the social media and also the internet to stay connecting with the family. And it's social distances, but it's not that you have to be away from the people. You can call somebody, you can text them, you can make a phone call, you can be a video call. There's so many ways to remove and kick out the stress because this time is a stress for everybody. So we want to encourage everybody. We want to encourage the people. If you're watching it right now, just connect with your family, make a phone call to your grandma, say, laugh, doing some samba, because that's my part. That's my favorite part. I have to do some samba. But no, call to your people, go to your family, love. If you have like long time that you don't talk with nobody, this is the right time to say it's for you, it's for everybody, and we have to love each other. So, more information for you. Remember, UCTV is going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 4 p.m. Facebook Live for now, but in the future, just in the next week, we're going to be on Instagram and YouTube and covering all the social platforms so you can watch everywhere you feel comfortable.
Samantha, antes que cambiemos de tema un poquitico para hablar con nuestro próximo invitado, Dan Ríos, ¿tienes alguna palabra para nuestra comunidad en Colombia, en Centro y Suramérica?
Claro que sí, para toda nuestra comunidad en Latinoamérica que ustedes se encuentran en nuestros países, recuerde que ustedes pueden accesar en cualquier momento a nuestra plataforma de Unity Coalition, coalicionunida.org. Recuerde que Unity Coalition abrió su nueva sede en Latinoamérica y se encuentra ubicada en Bogotá. Estamos teniendo diferentes informaciones, no solo para nuestra comunidad LGBTIQ en la ciudad de Bogotá o en Colombia, es para todos en general. Recuerde que si usted necesita información en estos momentos de crisis acerca del coronavirus, puede contactarnos, puede seguir en nuestra página web. Tenemos recursos para ustedes, no solamente dentro de aquí de los Estados Unidos. También vamos a ingresar diferente información que encontramos en Colombia para que ustedes puedan accesar. Por favor, si usted necesita alguna ayuda, puede comunicarse con nosotros o puede buscar la información en internet. Recuerde que es coalicionunida.org. También quiero recordarle a las personas que pueden descargar nuestra aplicación que se encuentra disponible para iOS o Android. No hay excusa. Es simplemente mantenerse conectados e informados porque UCTV te tiene lo mejor del momento.
Thank you, Samantha. And now our wonderful, wonderful guest, Mr. Dan Rios from the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau. Welcome, Dan. How are you?
Hanson, how are you?
Doing very well. Thank you for having me on. You look gorgeous as always, Samantha.
What about me? Wait a minute. What about me?
You're always happy. You know.
Don't be jealous.
Dan, seriously, thank you so much for being here. First and foremost, how are you? How are your partner doing? How's your family doing?
You know, it up to a rough start when this all started to unfold, but we've settled in nicely. Your guest.
Right. Yeah, I think he is. Well,
we're incredibly busy with new initiatives for work and have been finding some time to get out and do some exercise. I go out very, very early in the morning. Right after the curfew's over at 5 o'clock, you'll see me on the streets running so I can get my workouts in, which really helps set me up for the day. So all in all, we're managing, keeping busy, and there's some good things also that have come from it. So specifically seeing how the community members are dealing with the crisis and responding to it.
That's really good, just to keeping active and also, just to keep in shape, because you always being handsome. I always have to say in front of everybody, you always being handsome. So that's a great options. And also, do you think that this morning routine is keep you healthy and also busy, just to stay focused in everything that you need, or just because you're doing this like morning routine because you want it, or it's just because you have it for the whole life? I want you to share this with the people.
I think that it is, one of the things that I always express when I talk about my running, it's mostly for mental wellness than more than physical wellness. Even though obviously there are physical results and benefits, it's almost an escape. So at times like this, when there's so much going through my head, it's really important to actually get out there and clear my head on the road and, get in a good run. And I do it early in the morning because otherwise, it is getting pretty hot out there. But that really does set a nice stage for the rest of the day.
No, that's pretty good to know. Dan, tell me more about what you do for the community. How do you doing? I know we know right now about what you're doing personally with your quarantine time. How is doing the greatest Miami convention and visitor for you? What do you want to share with us?
Well, for us, it was a big change. About 7 weeks ago, we started to work from home. And that was when all of our programs started to close. We were supposed to be preparing for, Miami Beach Pride, the Outshine Film Festival, all the things that we promote to everyone, and why we get visitors here in Miami. And all that came to a screeching halt. So what we ended up doing is all our marketing initiatives and resources at the CVB were refocused and retargeted for response initiatives. And what we did is we launched a Miami Eats program. It's a restaurant program. We wanted to make sure that the restaurants that could stay open would have the resources to do so by doing takeout business and delivery. So we started Miami Eats program, and that over 6 weeks has grown to over 1,100 restaurants. So it really speaks to the need of both the restaurants to stay and do business, and also the community, all of us that are stuck inside that want to be able to have some type of escape by enjoying some good food delivered to our door.
Excellent. Dan, let me ask you, some hard questions you may not have the answers to, but, as we start to look at the unimaginable, really, the last few months that we've been living in, and what the future holds for Miami, a place that's so tourist driven and, such an international focus, let's kind of just skip over the summer and talk about Art Basel. I mean, what are we planning as of today? Is Art Basel, as far as we know, still on track? Or do you have any information about that or other festivals related in the fall or going into almost really winter?
Yes. As far as Art Basel specifically, I know that they are still on, both for Basel, Switzerland, and which happens in the fall, followed by Beach Pride. Miami Beach in December.
Right.
Yeah.
But I can only project this, but I'm sure that there's going to be different executions of the show. So,
Understand.
One of the things that we are so used to here in Miami is hosting big events like Art Basel, our big beach events. And I think that it's going to be a slow start. We're going to be very cautious about how even in our messaging, we can't be showing, thousands of people congregating at an event.
Right.
So we really want to start slow, very cautious, see how it's going, and really respond to what's available as well. We don't know when the hotels will open as of yet. We hope that it'll be June 1st, but we don't know. We don't know how the impact of the restaurants and how when they open, will they have restrictions? We're pretty sure they will have restrictions. And so they will limit the number of people they'll be able to host. So we really we need to respond. What we do on a day-to-day is really we sell Miami and we sell available here. So based on what that is after this crisis, we'll be able to make some decisions and sell that. One of the advantages that we do have, though, is in January we had released a new campaign called Miami Land.
Mm-hmm.
And the premise of the campaign was to present Miami as a natural nature destination. We know we have 2 national parks here. and we are often so focused on what's happening downtown and mainland, in the big neighborhoods. But we have beautiful, scenery in the Everglades and Biscayne National Park. So that campaign rolled out in late January, and we were able to run 11 days of that with the LGBTQ market, and we actually had bigger impact or bigger response to that campaign than we have with our traditional campaign. So we're very excited, and that also gives us some more verbiage or more information to share with people. So maybe we can bring them to our natural parks first, and then easily into the cities.
That's excellent advice. I can tell you the Bureau is a community partner of Celebrate Orgullo, which is one of Unity Coalition's showcase programs. We're coming up on our 10th year, October 1st through the 15th. And we've completely restructured what our plans were for this coming year, which has been an education in itself of how do we undo, almost a year of planning and adjust to today's reality. And I can tell you that, again, in an abundance of caution, we have 15 days of programming. We're very, very excited about the programming that we're going to be presenting. But be clear, it's a 2020 version, with the new realities of distancing. And even if things get relaxed, even as, things start opening up and hopefully things will go back to, I don't know if they're going to go back to what they were, but certainly, relaxing a little bit. We're making adjustments as of right now so that every single one of our events is presented virtually, with a handful of them that we're hoping you'll also be able to attend in person. But even with those, we've got, I don't want to give too much away because next week we're going to do a big reveal. But just know that it's very much in line with celebrating Hispanic and LGBT heritage, as we always have, but in the era of COVID-19, but in a fun way, in a positive way, not making light of the seriousness of what we're going through, but acknowledging it and embracing it and figuring out how do we come out of this and still, be able to have fun and enjoy each other and enjoy music and art and theater and all of these wonderful things that our community has to offer, with new caution and new precautions.
Absolutely.
So really appreciate it.
It's
one thing that I want to say, Dan, is just like you've been doing a great job. I know that you've been involved with Unity Coalition. You've been in the Viva Boost tour. It was amazing. It was so incredible. I want to say to the people, as you said, that because that you mentioned that nothing's gonna be equal. Nothing's gonna be like the same from the past, because we have to restart. As Jesus says, we are trying to reinventing like everything with the upcoming events that we are doing, and this is the way to encourage the people and let them know we are not trying just to make a party and put the people out there to be exposed to. What we want to is just to be entertained at home while you're safe, because that's the main point of UCTV. We want you to get informed and at the same time entertaining. Why? Because we know that there's so much stress. There's someone out there. So many people there say like, I don't want to stay at home, but you are at home, you're safe. There are so many people in the hospital that they cannot go out. You cannot see their family. So I know and certainly understand, and this is the way. So Dan, thank you so much. And thank you, Hersosa. Any more information for our community before we finish with the Wednesday UCTV?
Dan, I want to thank you for appearing.
I want to thank you for what you do. You're a great friend of the community. You're a great resource, and I'm a big fan of your work. So thank you for what you do.
And stop embarrassing us winning all of those medals. You're always running marathons and winning medals, making the rest of us look bad.
You're my hero. You're my hero with the medals. Yes.
Have a good day. Stay safe, Dan.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Well, Samantha, quite a program we've had today.
Yes.
But we're not quite done yet. We're not quite done yet.
No, we are not finished yet, because we want to say to everybody that Unity Coalition have different programs. And also this year, we are planning to do something special for you, because we know that we cannot get out, but we have something awesome. You're going to love it. You have to be ready. If you are this kind of people to celebrate religion, your faith, everything that you believe, everything that is out there, but we don't see, maybe you want to show up your showcase, we have that opportunity for you. So if you want to know more about this coming, stay tuned. Visit unitycoalition.org o coalicionunida.org para decírselo a toda mi comunidad cubana que tanto los quiero, tanto que nos gustan estas festividades. Déjenme decirle que podemos este año celebrar porque Unity Coalition tiene un excelente proyecto para usted, para que se mantenga informado en casa, pero al mismo tiempo para que se mantenga entretenido. Sabemos que este es un momento difícil, por eso Unity Coalition le lleva hasta las puertas de su casa la mejor información, el mejor entretenimiento, las mejores noticias, los mejores presentadores, no solo en inglés, lo tenemos en español y muy pronto lo vamos a tener también en portugués y en francés para toda nuestra comunidad. Es más, hasta queremos aprender Patuá para que usted en Patuá también lo aprenda y lo entienda,
Sí.
¿o no?
Y gracias, Samantha. Y los vamos a dejar ahora con un poquitico de diversión, tanto para los ojos como para el cuerpo, para hacer ejercicio en la casa. Pero ojo, ejercicio con el cuerpo nada más. Así que
Ok.
ya veremos, a ver qué piensan de nuestro programa de ejercicio ahora. Chao.
Nos quedan solo 5 minutos.
Nos vemos el
Y déjenme
viernes.
decirles, ¿cómo?
Nos vemos el viernes, los dejamos con este programa ahora de diversión.
Familia, gracias a todos por conectarse. See you on Friday. Remember, UCTV is live Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday, 4 p.m. Not only on Facebook, it's gonna be all platforms. Thank you so much for watching us. See you on Friday.